Your breakfast should not exist. Every morning, eggs slide effortlessly across a pan. Nothing sticks, nothing burns. Cleanup takes seconds. It feels normal, almost boring. But for decades, the material that makes this possible was hidden, restricted, and treated as a serious secret. It was never designed for kitchens, never intended for food, and never meant to be part of daily life. Yet today, it's everywhere. To understand why, we need to go back to a problem that had nothing to do with cooking. In the late 1930s, engineers were struggling with a dangerous challenge. New gases were being developed for refrigeration, medicine, and industrial systems. These gases were unstable, highly reactive, and extremely difficult to contain. They leaked through seals, corroded metal, and reacted with almost anything they touched. A single failure could shut down entire systems or cause serious accidents. What engineers needed was something that sounded impossible, a material that wouldn't react, wouldn't corrode, and wouldn't break down under heat or pressure. Something chemically indifferent to its environment. And then, by pure accident, they found it. In 1938, a chemist opened a pressurized container that was supposed to release gas. The gauge said the container was still full, but when it was opened, nothing came out. The gas had vanished. Confused, the team cut the container open and found the inside coated with a strange white substance. It felt slick, almost waxy. Nothing stuck to it. Heat didn't affect it. Chemicals didn't react with it. They had accidentally created one of the most unusual materials ever discovered. That material would later be named Teflon. At first, no one thought this discovery had anything to do with everyday life. Teflon was expensive, difficult to shape, and nearly impossible to bond to other materials. But what it lacked in convenience, it made up for in reliability. It simply didn't fail. During World War II, Teflon was quietly classified and used in sensitive military and scientific projects. It lined pipes carrying dangerous chemicals, sealed components that could not afford leaks, and played a role in systems where even the smallest failure could be catastrophic. For years, very few people knew it existed at all. But hidden inside this highly controlled material was a property no one could ignore. Nothing sticks to it. From an engineering perspective, this property was frustrating. If nothing sticks to Teflon, then even glue won't bond to it. But from a completely different angle, it was revolutionary. If food can't stick either, then cooking surfaces could change forever. In the 1950s, manufacturers finally figured out how to bond Teflon to metal. That single breakthrough quietly transformed kitchens around the world. Cooking required less oil. Food released cleanly. Cleanup became effortless. A material once guarded for industrial and military use had crossed into everyday life. Your breakfast was no longer just breakfast. It was the final stage of a classified engineering journey. Teflon isn't magic. Its behavior comes down to physics and chemistry working together in a very specific way. On a microscopic level, Teflon has extremely low surface energy. Other molecules don't want to attach to it. They can't grip, they can't bond, they slide away instead. The pan isn't actively repelling food. The food simply has nothing to grab onto. This same principle that kept reactive gases from damaging industrial systems is what allows an egg to glide across your pan. For decades, this made Teflon seem nearly perfect. But no material is without limits. When overheated, Teflon's structure begins to break down. At very high temperatures, it can release fumes that are dangerous in enclosed spaces. This discovery led to stricter safety standards, changes in manufacturing, and new types of non-stick coatings designed to be safer and more durable. The technology adapted. The rules changed, but the core idea remained the same. A material discovered by accident, refined under secrecy, then released into everyday life. What makes this story remarkable isn't just the science, it's the journey. Teflon moved from industrial laboratories to military vaults, then from classified systems to kitchen drawers. It crossed boundaries most technologies never do, without most people ever noticing. Today, we associate non-stick surfaces with convenience and speed, but their origins are rooted in survival, precision, and failure prevention. Your frying pan isn't just a cooking tool, it's a descendant of wartime engineering. If this changed the way you see something as ordinary as breakfast, subscribe to The Curious Mechanism. The next story reveals how another everyday object was designed to survive conditions far more extreme than you'd ever expect. Because the world around you isn't simple, it's just pretending to be. This is The Curious Mechanism. Stories hiding in plain sight.